I hear you now. Okay, good.
Okay. All right.
Uh,
Well, like I said, this is a new platform, so this is actually my fourth show, and we're still trying to work the bugs out of this thing. How you doing?
I'm doing good, good. This is cool. I looked up the site when you like sent me the link, and I've never even heard of it. So this is cool
Yeah,
because I've always wondered how to do like live broadcasts and things like that, like dual
yeah,
cast.
it's BeLive.tv, so you need to check it out. So again, how you doing, my friend?
Doing good, doing good. How you doing?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you for coming on the show, and like I said, sorry about the technical difficulties, but that's some of the things that happen when you have live events.
Yeah. Oh, we're live now. Donna Harris. That was like part
We're
of the
actually
chat.
live now.
Oh, sweet, awesome. I'm actually
Yeah,
going live on Instagram too
yeah.
to bring it on.
Okay. Well, first of all, to our guest, this is LJ Aviles. And where are you from? I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm from South Jersey, from a city called Vineland, New Jersey.
Okay.
Born there,
All right.
and
Well,
I've been here my whole life. And hopefully, in the next 2 or 3 years, we'll be moving to Central Florida. Orlando is our goal.
what's the weather like up there?
Right now, it's like 20 something degrees out, and it's drastically
Yeah.
cold. And we have family and friends in Florida, and they're in shorts today and things like that, and we're bundled up and cold.
Yeah. Well, I'm down here in Georgia, and a lot of people up north, they don't realize how cold it gets down here. So
Yeah.
it's about 20, or well, about 30 something, right about now. But
Wow.
for our viewers who may come on a little later, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So, I'm married. We have 3 kids. I've been married about 8 years now, 8.5 years or so. 3 kids, aged 2, 4, and 7, and been online marketing for a little less than 2 years now. It kind of all started after our third child was born. My wife went back to work, after maternity leave, and 2 days later she got laid off. So it was kind of scary for us. At the point we have our third child, and you're expecting a second income, all of a sudden it's gone. And those questions come like how are we going to pay for bills? How are we going to come up with the extra money to support our lifestyle and our family? And then it also got me thinking, what if I lost my job? So like I work full time as well. So those kind of questions arose. So that's what really got me learning about online marketing, and spent the past 2 years working in that. Had been in a few network marketing companies, and with one now that I'm really liking and enjoying, having a good amount of success with. And that's I've just taken courses. I've learned. I'm a student. That's like what I like to do is learn.
Yeah.
So I've done a lot of learning and educating, and now I like to share my knowledge. So like I have a blog, I do YouTube videos, share my knowledge, help others succeed as well, so that they can become successful as well. So that's kind of what I.
So being
Mhm.
an entrepreneur wasn't something you actually thought about until you had the need to.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. It's something always in the back of my mind, like, it'd be nice to make extra money. And I, kind of randomly searched throughout the years that, I know people do it, can make money online and this and that. I'm like, never really dove into it until until she had lost her job. And it was that month. It was actually my wife's friend from high school. She was introduced us to that first network marketing company, and she was a full-time entrepreneur. She was, worked the business for 2 years, and she, had retired, her and her husband, and she works for online business. So the fact that it was someone my wife went to high school with and knew personally, I'm like, wow, okay, this is really cool. And that's what really got my foot in the door with it.
So had you been brought up in an environment of entrepreneurs?
Yeah, not really. Well, yeah, my grandfather owned a local cab company. So, he did that. Um, and everyone in our family at some point drove the cab, including me when I had my permit. I was 16-year-olds driving a cab for him. Um, but he was really the only one. My mom's a nurse. My dad is a casino dealer. Um, and, they, work their jobs. My dad really, lives a good lifestyle because he works night shifts and he's off during the days and has the summers, pretty much makes his
Yeah.
own schedule. So that type of lifestyle is something I've always, kind of gravitated towards. But I was always, the 9 to 5 type person where, you work 9 to 5 and make good money and et cetera. So I was
Yeah.
kind of grown up in that with that type of get a good job, have stability, et cetera.
Well, and that's most people. I mean, and I've said this so many times, and a lot of people basically said the same. We brought up to go to school, get good grades, and
Mm.
graduate. Get a job and work 40+ years, and end up with a gold watch,
Yeah, exactly.
and
Hmm.
then have to go get another job to sustain that. So with you, going into network marketing or online marketing, there was a learning curve, I imagine, and you said you're a student. So, what was it like when your wife first got laid off? What was running through your mind?
So the first thing that was running through my mind was, all right, we need either, to find a way to cut some bills or uh, create some extra income, hopefully from home. It kind of was a blessing in disguise because she went back to work and she really didn't want to go back to work. She, was our third child. We knew this was our last one. She wanted to be home as much as she could. So the fact that she was laid off, we both were started looking into ways to create some income from home. And so it was kind of a blessing in disguise in that sense. So the first thing we did was, it just so happened her friend had reached out to her that month. We didn't put it public on Facebook, and they just so happened coincidentally. She was like, "Hey, I run this online business. Would you like to listen to this business opportunity call?" So we're both like, "Yeah, why not?" We both jumped in. But I was the one who kind of like really was like gun ho, like, "All right, let's do this. Let me learn." And I educated myself. I'd listen to podcasts. Take courses. I'd study like what the experts do and people who are really successful, and I would
Yeah,
try to model my business after them. Not necessarily copy, but model. Some people are afraid to do that, but success leaves clues. People who are successful, they all follow the same path. They all have the same bare bones structure. There's different legs and this and that, but at the end of the day, there's a core structure to just about every single successful online business. And what I've found that to be is building an email list and providing value to that email list and then, monetizing that list by, recommending products or affiliate offers or joining companies and helping them succeed. And, no matter what niche, at the end of the day, that's really the core, having your core basis of customers, being able to provide them value. And in return, they, some, not everyone will, some are freebie seekers, but, some do join you in their business or purchase products from you that you recommend, with affiliate
yeah.
offers, things like that.
So with that being said, now you and I pretty much can guess the answer to this, but did you have to develop a whole new mindset and set of skills or habits?
Yeah, absolutely. Mindset, and that's another thing. What I've learned is mindset is really 80% of any successful online entrepreneur. You kind of have to have thick skin and have to expect failure, to be honest, because it's people want the shiny object, make money fast, and it's difficult, and it's mindset that goes with it. And it doesn't really matter what system you join in, this and that. You need to understand and learn from those who come before you, and humble yourself to be willing to learn from those. Accept advice from everyone who's gone before you and come after you, because someone on day one of their entrepreneurial journey, you can still learn from that person because they might pick up something that you never really knew about, or you've heard in the past, but hearing it again a few years in makes so much more sense. So it's definitely a big mindset. And, of course, having a skill set, learning how to talk to people. If I'm a techie guy, so I like to build landing pages and sales funnels and things like that. For some people, it's just learning how to talk to people and, accepting rejection and knowing like not everyone is going to say yes to you or your offers, your opportunity, and being okay with
Yeah,
that. Having that aura of almost like it's almost like a subtle "I don't need you" type of aura. Like providing value, but it's like, hey, if you're struggling with X, Y, and Z, and this problem, this solution or system will solve X, Y, and Z, I think this might be good for you. But that's totally different than coming off and saying, hey, I really think you should buy this product because it's going to give me a good commission and I have a quota to meet, and things like that. So
You
it's
don't want to seem desperate.
exactly, you do not want to come off desperate. So it's having like a cool factor, like a chill, like, hey, this might be cool for you. And if not, whatever, no problem, just get off your back and have it
You
be
know,
like that.
one of my friends, and you've probably heard the saying yourself, as long as you've been in the industry, some will, some won't next. So that's where you have to look at it. Yeah.
That's a great way to look at it. Absolutely. Yeah.
So let me ask you, what are your daily habits? Give me a 2 or 3 year daily habits that you do to, kind of change your day or to make your day more successful.
I always try to stay positive and look on the bright side and the positive side of everything. I always try to keep a positive mindset and try to rig the negative. If there's people on your Facebook feed who constantly have negative posts, if someone can't unfriend because they're whatever, just unfollow their post so you don't see that negative. Try to surround yourself with people who are positive or in the same mindset as you. And I like to listen to podcasts. Some people like to read books. I'm a podcast person. I like to be active and listening. So if I'm just working at my desk, I have podcasts going on. I don't really listen to music as often anymore, just because if I'm driving, I have a podcast on, and it's, personal development, training, whether it's some I listen to, or like Igor K. Fett's List Building Lifestyle, Ryan Stewman, Hardcore Closer. I listen to Ray Higdon's podcast, Shailene Johnson. There's a few others I can't think of off the top of my head, but people who have success and are willing to share their knowledge and implementing little bits and pieces how it can implement in your own business. So definitely.
I want to go back to what you said about the negative comments. I was on actually a pre-recorded video or webinar rather that Vincent Ortega done, and some guy in the comment was, I guess heckling or whatever, and he didn't get bent out of shape about it. Vincent didn't. He just said, "Okay, guy, you're blocked," and just went on with the webinar. And I said that to say this, if you're going to be successful, you got to be able to ignore the critics and those that would try to undermine your success. So do you get a lot of that? Do you get a lot of that?
I get it every once in a while. Not that often, fortunately. But if I do, it's just like, okay, good luck with your business, dude. Like, oh, what are you doing that for? Whatever. I'm like, because I like to, or because it works for me. Good luck with your thing. Take care. And on to the next one. And I don't even bother. It's just move forward. And I was on that same webinar. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it was good.
Oh, okay. So with the success of, or with the growth rather of social media, what role does social media play in your success in your business?
Social media is huge, and that's why I started looking online, because you see these people with a lifestyle, and it's nice to actually be able to have some sort of that piece of lifestyle where you're out with your family, or are at the park with your kids, and you notice a sale comes in. Like things like that actually do happen, and it's possible. And to hear stories of some of my team members kind of having the same thing. Social media is 99.9% of my business. I rarely talk to people. The only people I talk to in person about it is maybe like some extended cousin or family who happen to see my stuff and like, hey, what's up with that online business stuff or whatever. But social media is huge. And the thing with that is, I spent probably the good first year of my business just studying social media marketing, because there's so many, every social media channel has their own culture, and but then at the same time, you can do one piece of content and repurpose that to every single channel in its own culture. So for example, like you might make a YouTube video, which you can put on your blog post. The YouTube video you can cut into like 1-minute clips to upload to Instagram, or upload those 1-minute clips to Facebook. You can take those 1-minute clips or even to 2-minute clips, put them to Twitter. You could share on a Pinterest. Your whole thing, your whole video, you can transcribe it. You can make that a written blog post. From that transcription, you can have tweets go out. From those tweets, you can make picture quotes, because I'm sure you have quotable,
Yeah.
things from your video. Make those pictures for Instagram, or make those pictures for Pinterest. Like, there's so much you can do, and like, just from one piece of content. So social media is powerful because there's literally billions of people you can reach, and you can niche down to the exact person you want to work with and serve. And that's the absolute cool thing about social media, is that you can find who you want to work with and have those people go where they are so that they find you as well, if you know the right cultures.
And that's how we connected. I think we connected on Instagram. I don't know if you liked something I did or I liked something you did, and we just basically were able to connect and started talking. And it was actually one of your posts, I believe, when I heard you first mention taking a video and breaking it down into different segments and actually sharing that content. Was that something that you developed, or you learned that from somebody else?
I learned that from Shalene Johnson. I'll give her all the credit in the world for that. And Kim Garst also kind of took that and gave her own little spin on it. So that's where I probably learned that about a year ago, 6 months to a year ago, I think, where she did like a whole full webinar on it and everything. And it totally blew my mind, that how you can repurpose just one piece of content. And
well, I will tell you that. I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I'm going to use that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, do it, because it's amazing, especially like with this. You have a podcast, it's a Facebook Live, and you can start with that and just do so much with it. That's the beauty of it. You can be everywhere by not being everywhere. That's the cool thing. There's tools to automate your social medias as well. Like, I'll be truthful here. My Twitter, I rarely go on it. I have over 10,000 followers, and it's completely automated, and it's my number one source for traffic to my blog site. It's my blog. and I'm rarely on there.
You got 10. Well, what would be your favorite, if you have a favorite social media site? Do you have one in particular that you are better at, or you spend more time on?
Right now, Instagram is my main vote. When I first got on, Twitter was my main gig, and I spent a lot of time focusing on automating and growing it. Excuse me. Every social media channel, I'll say this as kind of like a blanket statement. You can be successful in any single social media channel or network you want, if you want to, and spend enough time and effort in that channel. So, you hear some people like Gary Vaynerchuk, like, oh, a year ago it was like Snapchat, you got to be on Snapchat. So everyone's trying to go on Snapchat market. Then other people are like, oh, Pinterest is the place, and no one goes there for leads, blah, blah, blah. Or, hey, Twitter's the best place for traffic. And everywhere, everyone is a guru for a different social media network channel. This key is for you as a person to pick the favorite one you like and kind of use that as your base. Twitter was for a while, until I was able to completely automate it. Then right now, Instagram is my game. I did a little Snapchat, just wasn't for me. I do it every once in a while, fun, silly pictures with my kids. That's about it. But Instagram, now that it has stories, I absolutely love it. And Instagram is more powerful for me because I know it's easier to be found and find people with Instagram. That's why I like it. And it's pictures. It's a lot more engagement, and it's about 98% mobile. So like everyone is on their phones, they're messaging each other and everything like that. So it's more real time. And that's what I like about Instagram. So right now, my personal favorite is Instagram. That's where I'm the most active at, and continually growing and striving to grow with.
Okay. Well, as you mentioned that, it's funny you mentioned Snapchat, because just today I downloaded Snapchat, and I had downloaded it one time before. I didn't have a clue what I was doing, so I took it off my phone, and I was watching another webinar today, and I decided I'm going to try it again. And Instagram is a lot easier.
Instagram is.
I'm going to try something different.
The fun thing with Snapchat, if the demographic, I would say, is more like late teens to maybe early 30s. I guess I would be on the end of that. If that's your
I'm way past 30. I'm way past 30.
I'm like right on the tail end of the millennial generation. I'm a mid 80s baby. I'll be 33 next month. But So, Snapchat, I do it more with my daughter knows it better and she's 7. She knows it better than I do sometimes. But like, I think it's more like for fun. We do the silly faces, that kind of stuff. Um, and with Instagram, you could still do the stories, especially recently, since they got that. And now I'm actually streaming Instagram Live. And I got a few people on as well, which is nice. So like it's got the power,
You're
the
streaming
stuff I like.
Instagram live.
Yeah,
You're
Instagram Live.
streaming.
Instagram Live. Here, I'll flip it. It's looking at me now. I don't know if you can see, but
Okay, yeah.
Instagram Live to do your stories. It has people comments. They could leave, hearts, almost like Periscope, and people joining in
Yeah.
and out and everything like that. So this is a live stream. Hey Kyle, what's going on? Kyle just said hi. So right now they're watching my laptop. It's a live stream,
Oh, okay. Wow.
and they can see here. So people on my Instagram, I have over 8,500 followers, so they're getting notifications that I'm live. The secret with Instagram Live is that it's live in real time. It doesn't like save for 24 hours like Periscope does, or stay like on Facebook like this will. So once I go off live, it's gone forever. I actually can't even save it to my phone. So it really is like a live view of your phone. So
Wow.
that's the difference with Instagram Live. I love it, but at the same time, I'm all about repurposing and automating, and you can't really do that with this yet. So I figured this will be fun just to
Well,
do
I
it like
already
this.
see I'm gonna need some tips from you.
I'll be glad to share my tips, man. Absolutely.
Well, well, you are the life coach. Just tell us a little bit about that and what you're doing now.
So right now, I help people learn how to start, build, and grow home businesses. People who are brand new, never touched a thing. I like to work with those type of people to help them because I was there a few years ago and I didn't know what I was doing. I spent time, joining a company, trying to, bother my friends and family. What I felt like I was bothering them. I could tell, hey, we have this product. Do you want to join? Blah, blah, blah. And, like I could tell like no
Been
one
there,
would
done
respond.
that.
I hated that, and come fast forward 2 years to learn how to have people come to me interested in what I do and work with me. Like that's a total 180 from what I wanted then to what I had now. And even back then I was constantly on my phone. I'd be playing with my kids on the floor, but yet still be on the phone messaging people. And I'm like, I don't want that. That's when I'm home with my kids, I want to be home with my kids. I don't want to be messaging people trying to run a business. Like that's not cool. I could still do that now, but I've learned to take a step back and I have my work hours, like I have a ton of messages I need to respond to, but I'll get to them when I do, probably like after this chat. But then, when I'm with my family, that's the family time. And if people I work with don't get or respect that and they expect me to be there 24/7, then we're probably not the good type of person to work with. So, I like to help people learn how to live the lifestyle that they want by giving them the strategies and tools that they need to grow their own home business so that they can become successful. So, I'm with a network marketing company. So if people are brand new, I can always recommend that. If they already have an existing company, I have tools that they can use to grow their existing business that I can recommend. So I like to help people in all stages of their business, whether they're brand new or, already established. They're ready to scale up. They need some automation or, ways to kind of make things a little better for their own business. So that's kind of really what I focus on right now. Like I said, my main gig's on Instagram and just helping people out. I started really recently doing at least 1 or 2 daily posts, motivational quotes or some videos, some training videos that I used to do a lot of. It's just getting to the video editing part's hard. I like doing it. It's just getting there.
Yeah.
So that's really my main gig, what I've been focusing on now, and I enjoy it. I really enjoy helping people. Like one of my team members, we were in a different company together. She was struggling. We come to this new company together, and within 1 week, she had 3 new people join her team. So like that makes me happy that she's having that success. That's the type of joy that gets me more excited than when I get my own sale. It's weird. But I like helping people.
So what do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
I hope to release my own product. I've tried, actually, I built a funny story. I built my own product and website and developed everything on my own. Like I said, I have a programming background and I stayed up so many hours working on this program. It was a completely free automated sales funnel. And what it was called thefreefunnel.com. The site, I think, just redirects to like, hey, click here for something else page because the site went down. I had some back end software that I was with, and I had a lot of integration. I did everything myself. I didn't hire any programs. I built it all myself, invest all my own money, and it was an automated sales funnel for people. Literally, they just signed up, and then they could send people to the sales funnel, and it would send a follow up sequence of emails for them. And then they'd have the option to upgrade, if they wanted a longer sequence or whatever. So that was like my way to monetize it. And I had it for about a month. And then one of my integration sites, just kicked me out. They canceled me for whatever reason. So that was a huge factor, and that pretty much shut the site down. So I want to have more of an info product in the future. Maybe in the next, I would say, year or two is my goal, probably closer to 2 years realistically. But I want to release my own info product on how to kind of go from A to Z online. I do a lot of quick tips and things like that, which I like sharing, almost like a notebook thing. But like I want to eventually release my own product in the next 3 to 5 years, I would say. I want to help a lot more. I want to have a team of people who themselves are making 10,000 plus a month. Like that would be my goal, to be able to help those type of people who are doing that themselves, and just continue to grow, grow my following, grow my email list, and, be able to find more people to help and serve and have the opportunity to work with. So that would be my goal in the next 3 to 5 years. Oh, and to be in Florida. That's our goal. Central Florida, Orlando. My goal, I have a vision. It's going to be a Tuesday. Our kids are going to be at school, and my wife and I are going to go to Epcot to have lunch and drinks just because we can. That's the vision. Next 3 to 5 years.
It's possible if you work hard for it. Well, guys, this is LJ Aviles, the life coach. Any last words you'd like to share? Give your information, where they can find you at.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to me. My website is lifecoachlj.com. I have a bunch of free training on network marketing, mindset, motivation, home business training, social media marketing training. It's all free there for you. You can learn to work with me from my website, lifecoachlj.com. I got a work with me tab. Free consultations. You can follow me all social media at lifecoachlj, Facebook, Instagram, Periscope, Twitter, Snapchat. Everything is at lifecoachlj. I'm most active on Instagram. That's where you'll get the most value from me. And it was great being on here. And thank you very much for this opportunity.
Hey, I do appreciate it. And guys, again, check him out. And that is the Life Coach. Now that's at Life Coach LJ, right?
Yep. At Life Coach LJ.
Well, just to make sure I get that right, go ahead and message me. I'm going to put that back in the
back on the message.
Hey, but again, I appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for taking the time to come on. This is Tony C. Davis, the Tony C. Davis Show. If you have some valuable information, be it a coaching program, a book, a ministry, just come on, hit me up, and we'll bring you on the show. Thanks a lot, my friend.
No problem. Thanks a lot, Tony. Take care, man.
All right.
Bye.